Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's funny. I just had to, just do a video real quick. And this is something I never do, but seriously. So, you know, everybody wants to know, is there a God? I've been fighting with this for a long time. Pretty much questioning the fact that, is it a God? But I'm gonna tell you something. It's a God. Whether it's the God in Baptist, Judaism, Arabic, Muslim, whatever the case may be, it's a God. So here, that's a point I'm trying to make. Okay, so it's funny. I'm in the gym today and I'm working out, and I'm feeling real good about myself. I'm thinking about how well my kids are doing. I'm thinking about the fact of, you know, I don't have a need or want for anything financially. You know, my wife is being taken care of, and you know, I'm in the gym working out, and I'm like patting myself on the back, you know. But then something hit me, and you know what it was? It was God. And I'm gonna tell you what He told me today. He said, you taking care of your family, you putting food on the table, you paying bills. You know, you and your wife are good, your kids are good. You think you're a man, don't you? You think you're a man. I said, well, you know, God, I know I'm a man. He said, well, let me ask you this. If you a man, what model are you? And I couldn't understand that. For the life of me, I couldn't understand it. What you mean, what model am I? So now men's are models? That's what you saying? Yes, that's what I'm telling you. You are a model. And it hit me. Men, we are models. We're models to our children. We're models to our wives. And it's not about what you do for them. It's about what they see in you. And let me explain to you, if you guys got a minute, let me just explain to you what that means. Me and my wife, we get into arguments. And the biggest problem that we have in the argument is not realizing or you know, not taking in consideration of our surroundings. Meaning that our children can be in a room, they can be in the next room. Her mother can be there. But just no regard for just people around. All right. And I'm just touching base on the men. You know, I'm not talking about the women right now, because what needs to be understood is that men, we are the head. And without the head, there's no tail. Tail won't follow. Okay? So let me get you to understand that. So you have to understand that it starts with us. So if I'm allowing this argument to take place in front of my children, is that very manly of me? Am I putting forth a great picture for my daughter, for my son? No, I'm not. If I'm sitting up there arguing with the mother of my children, fussing and cussing, you know what I'm showing? I'm showing my son how to talk to a lady. I'm showing my daughter how a man talks to a woman. Because you gotta understand something. People don't pay attention to you when you're positive. It's when you're negative is when you get the most attention. And when you're negative, when I say negative, meaning that when there's something within you that causes pain and hurt, that's negativity. When you're negative, that's when people pay you the most attention. And that's what you're judged by. So when I'm yelling and fussing and cussing at my wife, my daughter's sitting up and she's taking notes. And she's not understanding or realizing it, but guess what? She's gonna want a man that's gonna do her the same way. No, it's not gonna happen. Same go for my son. He see me sitting there fussing and cussing with his mom. He gonna think that's how he's supposed to address a female. No, it's not gonna happen. Men, we're tested and we're judged by what we go through during the storm. Not before it, but not after. It's during the storm that we're judged. And when I say judged, I'm meaning that not judged by people around us, not judged by not even God himself. But what I'm saying, judged by your own self. You can call yourself a man when you allow yourself to handle situations differently and better during storms. And the reason I say storms is because you're not being tested. There's nothing hard about just waking up every day. God does that for us every day. There's nothing hard about that. It's very easy to him. What's hard is the fight in you. And that's what we need to start teaching our children. The fight. Because see, these kids these days, they don't have any fight in them. And it's not their fault. It's our fault because we don't have no fight in us. And I'm not talking about a fight. I'm talking about the fight to want to be to want to do well. The fight to want to succeed and progress and move on to the next level. That fight is what I'm talking about. So you know what? This whole, I have no question if God is real. I know he's real. I just had an 1.5-hour conversation with him. And in this 1.5 hours of my workout, I've learned more than I've learned in 10 years. That's because I allowed myself to listen. And that's another thing, man. We gotta allow ourselves to listen. So from now on, things are gonna be done a lot differently. And there's a lot more I can tell you. I mean, it goes even into the depth of he even told me about my wife. He even told me, I got a problem with my wife, the way she yell at our kids. I got a big problem with that. I can't stand it. My mom used to do that. She used to scream and yell at the kids and stuff like that. I got a big problem with that. But you know what? That's something I got to talk to my wife about, because that screaming and yelling, that's what she's teaching our children in reference to how to comprehend and understand. That's why our children are going off to school not comprehending and not understanding, because they got somebody sitting there talking to them, not screaming and yelling at them. So guess what? Gotta start talking to your children. And don't let it get to the second or third time. If it's time to whoop butt, then whoop butt. But, that's a whole different, but I'm sorry, y'all. I just had to go on my rant, But definitely is more to come because I got a lot more to say. Peace.